This is the room that we've been living in for the past month. This is Ban Jed Yod in Chiang Mai in northwest Thailand. It's a big room, as you can see. It's more of an apartment than a room.
Hi.
There's Tanya. We've stayed here for a month. This is long-term accommodation. You won't be able to come here and stay for a couple of days or a week. The minimum they do is 1 month. They really only like people though who are going to be here for at least 3 months. We had to pay a bit more to only stay for 1 month, but it was still pretty cheap. Big place, lots of storage. We've got a whole bunch of cupboards over there. That seating unit by the window is storage as well. There's a small desk over there. Big bed. Very hard though. It's a Thai bed, so it's very solid. I've gotten used to it and I actually quite like it now. Tanya still doesn't. There's a proper desk and quite a good chair, which Tanya is demonstrating. It's been nice to have like a proper chair to work in. There's a smaller table and chairs. We'll point out the window while I'm here. The windows in this place are kind of cool. You can open these glass ones all the way up and then pull these fly screens closed so that you can have the windows open at night without getting a room full of mosquitoes. That's pretty neat. Right at the moment there's renovations going on next door, which is what you can hear. It's a bit noisy at the moment. Probably by the time you see this it'll be all done. Moving through, there's a kitchen, which we didn't really use, kettle, which is nice, so we can have cups of tea, and the bathroom, fairly standard, good very hot shower, plenty of room, far more room than we're used to, and that's the room. The Wi-Fi was a little bit of a headache, unfortunately. The network itself had no password, but then as soon as you tried to go to a web page, you'd be directed to a different page where you had to log in. We needed to get a different login for each device, I think, or at least we needed a bunch of logins. And it just seemed to cause problems where you'd lose sessions on websites. So some of the websites I use for work, I'd have to log into again and again and again. Bit unfortunate really, it was a bit of a headache. Downstairs is a restaurant that was cheap and good, nothing fancy but it was nice food, and they'd bring it up to your room, which was handy, particularly when one of us was sick. There's plenty of parking and there's an attendant there day and night, so no problems with security. You could leave your bike downstairs with no worries about whether or not it would still be there in the morning. The neighbourhood it's in is fairly quiet. It's a residential Thai neighbourhood, plenty of restaurants around. Means it's quiet at night, which is nice. The occasional stray dog aside. It does mean though that because it's a bit out from the centre, you need your own transport. It'd be quite difficult to live out there and not have access to a bicycle or a motorbike. Depending on your own preference, but just getting into town and back would be a bit of a headache without it. We really like the place. We know someone else who's living in the building long term. If we go back to Chiang Mai again, I'd say it'll be our first port of call. It's probably our new home in Chiang Mai. For more information about Chiang Mai, make sure to check out magictravelblog.com.